small cleaning companies, this is how you can get more clients without spending thousands of dollars on advertising. Okay. As a fellow person who works in the industry, I understand the struggles of trying to acquire new clients without spending thousands of dollars on agencies and also advertising. Okay. The reason is when you're starting off, you don't have a lot of money to work with. Doesn't mean you don't have money to work with. You don't have a lot. So you want to be able to make the amount of money that you do have go really, really far. Here are just a few things that you can do to be able to, well, acquire new clients. At Giovanni Solutions, we help companies grow and scale their business to 6, 7 figures. And that's what we do. If that sounds cool, book some time with me. I know, shameless shout out. But we helped a lot of people. That's why I know how to help you guys out. Here, I'm going to give you the secret. Small business owners in the cleaning industry, how do you get more clients? First and foremost, business cards. This is my business card. It's kind of whited out because the light's too bright, but business cards, okay? $45 for $1,000. Just, oh, whoa, not that. $45 will get you 1,000 business cards. Get these. Ideally, what you want is a double-sided business card, okay? Very simple. On the front side, you have your name, your business name, how to contact you. On the back, though, highly recommend having a promotion. Be like, first time clients get 50% off, or first time client, $200 for the whole house cleaning. So, to give you an example, a company reached out to me and they're in the cleaning industry and they also do like the same thing, right? They bought 1,000 business cards and went around handing these out to just people's homes. You just put in the mailbox, nothing they have to worry. They themselves charge $300 for a whole home cleaning, roughly. So what you could do, for example, if you were that company, you could literally have it on the back where it's like a deal, essentially. First time purchaser gets 50% off, or first time purchaser, $200 to clean your home. Some sort of deal promo on the back. That way, if people see it, they grab it, they like it, they'll reach out to you. And it does work. And the return on investment is great. Because if you're that person with the company charging $300 to clean a home, $300 is essentially, I want to say, seven. Can't do math right now. It's about like 7 to 8 of those $1,000 business cards, which is a really good return on investment. Because if you get one client, you can essentially pay for like 6 to 7 thousand copy business cards. Okay, so it's a really good return on investment. So if you don't want to talk to people and you want to keep it simple, just buy 1,000 business cards, go to people's homes in the area that you want to service, and hand those out. Drive, walk, do whatever. You just hand those bad boys out. Just throw them out like hotcakes. Okay, they work. But this strategy is a very time consuming strategy because you'll have to take the time out of your day not cleaning people's homes and doing this. So this works in the very beginning because you usually have a lot of time. But once you start scaling and you have a lot more clients, then this strategy becomes a lot less effective. So what's the next strategy? Well, the next strategy would be social media. Okay. The reason why I say social media is you need to understand how each social media platform works. To give you an example, if you're a cleaning company, I would highly, highly recommend doing TikTok. Let me explain why. When you think TikTok, you usually think of animal videos, cats, dogs, dancing videos, people doing pranks, stuff that goes viral, things that really make you go like, what is going on? The brain rot content. But that's not the case. If you understand how TikTok algorithms work, and if you're a local service-based business owner, you would jump. Let me explain. So TikTok recently had a little, not recently, that's not true. Long story short, had a team member attend a TikTok conference, basically got invited out to people who work at the company to talk about new things they're rolling out, how the algorithm works. How TikTok works is when you first post videos, you'll kind of see that it'll have like 100 to 500 views. It's like a very small pool, but most of your videos will consistently do that. The reason why is because TikTok will put out your content locally within your area relatively first and see if it attracts any interest. And if there's a lot of interest, then it will push that out to a bigger audience outside of your local area. So that's why stuff like car detailers, service industries like cleaners, roofers, floors, highly would recommend doing that. Technically, people who sell cars like at a used cars, like car salesman, TikTok does very, very well. Okay, just to give you like an example, and especially with the cleaning business, what you would do is you could literally have a before after video or time lapse video where you talk over it. A lot of people do that. You'll see people with mowing companies do before afters, carpet cleaning before afters. You know, anything that has a before after, it can be very, very good for your brand and your business, and as well as potentially get you more clients. Okay, the only issue with that type of content specifically is it might be hard for you to get permissions from the homeowners to be able to film their place of before and after, and set up a a tripod as you're cleaning could be quite unprofessional, as some of you might would agree with. However, if you get permission, definitely do that. But if you can't do before and after, same thing. Just post on social media. Posting is always good for you if you know what you're doing and if you have a specific strategy. If you don't know what you're doing, wouldn't recommend doing social media because social media is a long-term play. And here's the thing. Social media, you can actually start to invest money into advertising on your winners. What I mean by winners are video that performs very, very well. What I would do is I put a little bit of advertising money behind that video, target it in your local area, and just have a very simple call to action. Be like, hey, if you would like us to be able to clean your home as well, you can book some time with us, and you would just integrate that message into your video, somewhat near the end, somewhat near the beginning, somewhat near the end, just similar to how I like said, hey, if you'd like to reach out and get more questions to your answers and work with us, reach out to us. Very similar to like what I did kind of like early on in this video. You could do that too. All right. Now the third, and then here's the thing, that way super cheap just takes a lot of, or super cheap, it's either free or like a little bit of money, but it's very time consuming because it takes time to make content. Okay, it takes a lot of time, especially if you want to edit it, get a studio, get the audio, get the lighting. World's your oyster. Now third way is the paid advertising, and that's what probably most of you guys are wondering. Should I even spend money on advertising or hire someone to do advertising, an agency, a consultant firm, a marketing firm? Here's the thing. The answer is yes and no. If I'm going to be honest with you, I had to fire a lot of people who were helping my company run my ads for me, okay? I want you to gonna be honest, like I want to say like 90%, 95%, 98%, like a large percentage of people that says they'll run their ads for you, do the ads, have no idea what they're talking about because all they're doing is they're just kind of just essentially letting the AI take over. To give you an example of Facebook ads, what most people do is they will have an ad creative, either a text or a picture or a video, and they say like, hey, I don't know, people within the Texas Houston area, if you want your home clean or your pavements clean, reach out here and for a free quote, something simple like that. But if you don't understand advertising, if you don't understand how the algorithm works, you're going to realize that most people are going to be like, hey, Facebook is $1 billion industry. Lots of companies put billions of dollars into advertising. You should let their AI find the customers for you because that's what a lot of agencies will tell you. Hey, Facebook's algorithm, Facebook's AI, they'll take care of it. Don't get me wrong, Facebook's AI and algorithm is very good at finding your target demographic and advertising, your creative to them. The only issue is that you need to spend a minimum, and I mean a minimum of $1,000 before you even see any tangible results because the AI takes time to learn what your target demographic is if you choose not to target a specific interest. And that's the thing. With advertising, you need to be ready to lose $1,000 to $2,000, maybe even $3,000 in the beginning for the Facebook algorithm AI to figure out what the heck your clientele is looking for. All right. And that's why I usually don't recommend advertising for most people because you're going to hire someone who's going to do that and waste a bunch of money. Here's the thing. There are ways to optimize advertising to be able to target your demographic better with keywords, with strong call to actions, good offers. It could be a bunch of things. Like for me personally, advertising it's done wonders on me. I've been able to get at least a minimum of like maybe not minimum, but I'd honestly like 3 to 10x on advertising dollar. What that means is for every $3 I spend, I get like, or for every $1 I spend, I get like $3 to $10 back. But here's the thing though, you need to have a service that pays enough for you. So to go back to that cleaning company that we're talking about, they're charging $300 per house cleaned, okay? And that's between two people. So let's just say crazy number. Okay, let's just say cleaning someone's house takes 4 hours. Okay, full on, full deal, 4 hours, and you're paying your cleaners like say, simple math, $25 an hour. All right, so in 4 hours, $25 an hour, that's $100. So that $100 is your overhead. So really, what you're profiting is just like $200. Okay, I'm not gonna count cleaning supplies and whatnot. Let's just say you pocket $200 after your salary or after paying your employee, your one employee, if you're doing two people. Okay. Now, with that, what ends up happening is if each home is worth $200 to you as a business owner, and that's just take home money, you would calculate for me to justify $2,000 worth of advertising per month. $2,000, that's a good start for most small businesses. Okay, that's a good start. 1,000 is like a coin flip. 2,000, that's enough budget to work with. If you're spending $2,000 per month, that means you need to have at least 10 homes to make that return on investment worth it. Okay, but here's the thing: you don't want to go even. Okay, you don't want to make 2,000, spend 2,000, and get no results in return. You need to be, spending 2,000 and getting back 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. That's what you want. So then you got to do the math again. Okay, quick math. 10 jobs is $2,000. So 20 jobs is $4,000, which is great. But then the problem becomes, do you have enough time and staff to be able to do the jobs? And this becomes a really fine line of balancing. How much do you charge? Do you increase price, or do you hire more people and do you outsource? Okay, but that's going to be a conversation for another time. What I'm trying to tell you is for you to be able to justify advertising, you need to know what your breakpoints are. Because if you don't know what the numbers are, it's very hard to justify. And here's the thing: advertising is gambling. What do I mean by that? Remember how I told you about Facebook algorithm? Most media buyers and most people are going to do your advertising for you. You're just going to let like the AI take the wheel. Uh, Highly don't recommend that for most of you guys, but it can have good results. The reason why I say that is usually in the beginning, you're gonna see your advertising dollar, like the budget that you set, go up. Each day you're gonna be spending $30 every day. And you're gonna see, first day 30, next day 60, and it keeps going up and up and up and up. But you'll also see that when it comes to leads, the leads that come in, you might be getting only one or two or three leads for every $250 spent, and with zero results in the beginning. In the very beginning, that's when it's going to happen because the algorithm is learning, right? You might even not see even results for 2 months, maybe even 3 months. If by that point something's wrong, terribly wrong, fire the person whoever that person's working for you. Fire them if they're doing your ads, or you need to change something if you're doing it yourself. And what I mean by gambling is, if you don't have the stomach to be able to invest money into your business and have that all being completely wiped out, I do not recommend advertising for most people, because more often than not, a big issue that I encounter is that customers will see that they're spending hundreds of dollars like within the first couple days, and they start to freak out because with $250, $300, $400 that they've spent, they haven't gotten any good leads in the first month. Okay, and that usually tends to scare people away because they're like, I thought I was going to get 10 leads if I spent $500. No, that's not usually how it works. It does take time, and it can be a lot faster if you know what you're doing, but time is still needed. And that's why I say, and that's why I usually try to avoid people from doing that, because it's long story short, can be very profitable if you work with a company that knows what they're doing, but can also be a huge money sink if you don't know what you're doing or if the company doesn't know what they're doing. Regardless, money needs to be spent on advertising to learn if they're going through the AI route, but a good company can alleviate the time and the money it will take to get to the point where you're optimizing. So, next thing, a cheap thing that you can do: Google My Business Profile. All right. Google My Business Profile is one of the easier things to do. Very simply put, if you're a cleaning business with a storefront or without a storefront, you can start a Google My Business profile. Go to Google Business Profiles, make your account, and all you have to do is put some photos, hours, and optimize it. Make it so that your website is optimized for Google My Business SEO, but also Google My Business profile. Give me an example. I work with a cleaning company in Kelowna, and we make it so that when people are searching up cleaners in Kelowna, they show up near the top of Google Maps. So that way, when people are searching up cleaners in Kelowna, they'll show up first, which naturally gets them more leads. It's a quick way, it's a simple way, but I know that sometimes people have issues with getting their account set up or getting rejected and denied. Account recovery, easy process, not that hard. Okay, that's another free way to be able to get more eyeballs on your company. Google My Business profile. Another thing to be able to get more eyeballs on your company. I know it's kind of silly and it's kind of cringe, probably. People, and I know modern day young kid lingo, but going out there, printing posters, and sticking it on signposts, that can still work. Essentially, what you would do is you would print out, posters, maybe not this big, but regular posters, and you would just stick them onto signposts, traffic lights, not on traffic lights, but where people are on crosswalks and they're like pushing the change light button to be able to cross the pedestrian sidewalks. Yeah, have that. Basically, just have your company name, have essentially your cleaning service, what you do, who you are, a photo of you, or a photo of before and afters of homes that you've cleaned, and just have a very strong call to action offer. Just basically like, hey, first time clients, $200 to clean your whole home or whatever. Very, very useful as well, especially if you're just posting it within your area, within the city. Those also get good traction. Same thing as business cards. It's like relatively cheap, but also takes time. Now, here are the other ways that kind of require to be a little bit more, what's the word, outgoing, okay? This is more the word of mouth. Works really well, but it takes also time, okay? What I recommend is connecting with people genuinely, and I mean really genuinely, that work in the industry, and also in home service. So what I mean by that, real estate agents, floorers, roofers, mortgage brokers, anyone where their clients are homeowners, you want to be able to have a couple in your back pocket that you've established a really good relationship with. The reason why is when that person, hears like, or in conversation hears that someone's like how their house is dirty or how you've done some really good work for them, they would refer you to them, okay? Because to give you some perspective, okay, one of my clients, he's a realtor, okay, and he got to become really good friends with this person who is essentially a property manager, deals with tenants, helps you find tenants for renting, and he'll take care of it all for you. And the realtor and the property manager have a really good relationship because the realtor who sells homes know that potentially a lot of the home buyers don't want to deal with the hassle of renting to people, so they'll outsource it to the property manager to take care of it. And vice versa, the person who's property managing can manage other properties that the realtor has no connections with. And if those people want to sell eventually down the road, they'll refer them to the realtors. So it's like a win-win situation. That is what I mean by that. If you're a home cleaner, as weird as it sounds, if you can get close with a person who sells, oh man, sells cleaning supplies, who owns like a little small business, and get really close to them, they could refer you to potential clients because all the clients going into that store looking to buy cleaning supplies are looking to clean something. They'll be able to potentially refer you to, jobs of cleaning homes, commercial cleaning, car cleaning, all that fun stuff. So you need to be able to network with people in the industry who you can add value to, but who can add value to you too as well. The realtor and the property manager, the property manager person, win-win situation. Okay, you want to ideally find a way to make it win-win. So an example would be if a client that you've worked with or service under refers someone to you, you'll give them like a $50 cashback or something like a referral fee, as like a small little thank you, something to incentivize people to, give you some referrals. Very, very useful. The second way is gifts. Okay. Gifts is the same way as just word of mouth, but gifts can and can't work. It's really a fine line of figuring out if giving gifts to people will work. It can work. Okay, what I'm saying is, when you do gifts to say homeowner, it's very similar and akin to real estate agents dropping off postcards in your mailbox, or dropping out off those like pads. And a lot of realtors still do it, kind of do it, is they'll drop notepads with their name, their logo, and their contact information in people's mailbox, and people just use it, right? They'll see their face, it's there, it's advertising, but it can get expensive. Now, another way to be able to do this, however, this gets a little bit more expensive, is literally, instead of going door to door dropping off the business cards, is just essentially going to Canada Post or going to your UPS or going to wherever and buying, or oh god, go back. Essentially going online to a database, your local database, buying information of the just a bunch of people's homes, like home addresses, and then going to your post office and just basically giving them pamphlets or business cards and asking them to just essentially mail it out to people. Instead of you going out there handing it out person to person, you can just essentially pay the post office to do that for you. Quite pricey, saves a lot of time. Okay. However, these are just kind of a few of the quick tips and tricks to be able to just acquire new business as a small, cleaning business. There's a lot more ways to be able to acquire more people, but that it just gets a very nuanced and very hyper specific and very fringe scenarios where it can work. The few that I just listed are definitely my go-to ways for just cleaning business in general to be able to acquire new clients. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section down below. You can also book some time with either me or my team, and we can potentially see if we can help your cleaning business grow and scale to the next level. Anyways, John Pano signing off. See you guys later. Bye-bye for now.